Okay, a lot of these problems in the problem set get a little messy, but don't let them intimidate you. Okay, you're just going to follow the formula sheet for every single one of these. So here it looks like we have the product of two things, here and here, and it's a product of two nested functions. So let me clear some space here. This is, let me cover this up. So this first term, if I look at this thing, we'll call this g of x. So let's find the derivative of g, and we'll call this h of x. And we'll find the derivative of h, because then I can just apply the product rule. It'll be the first, which is this thing, times the derivative of the second thing, which will be h prime, plus the second thing times the derivative of the first. So look, if I want to find the derivative of f, just by going off of the formula sheet, this is going to be g of x times h prime plus g prime times h. I have g, I have h. I need to find g prime and h prime. Well, that's relatively straightforward. So let's just look at g prime. I'm going to write this in a different color. So I have 7x squared minus 3 to the fourth. Now I'm going to try and use a little shortcut here. This is g of x. We're using the chain rule. The outer function is x to the fourth. The baby or the inner function is 7x squared minus 3. So to differentiate this, we're going to differentiate the outside. Bring the 4 down and subtract 1. So this is going to be 4x to the third. Leave the baby or the inner function inside. Multiply by the derivative of the inside, 14x. So g prime is 4 times 14. What is that? 56x times 7x squared minus 3 to the third. That's g prime. H of x is 4x squared plus 4 to the 13th power. Now, if we differentiate this, we get h prime. Differentiate the outer function, 13x to the 12th, leaving the baby inside, 4x squared plus 4. Multiply by the derivative of the inside, 8x. So this is 13 times 8, 80, that is 104. X times 4x squared plus 4 to the 12th. Okay, that's the only thing we did was find two derivatives. Now we're going to write this whole thing out, and it's going to look like we did a lot more than we actually did. It's going to look, I think, pretty cool. So we have f prime equals first. So I'm just going to write g of x, right? I'm just following this formula here. G of x is 7x squared minus 3 to the fourth power. That's first, times the derivative of the second, h prime, which is right here. 104x times 4x squared plus 4 to the 12th. Plus, now we're going to write g prime, which is this, 56x times 7x squared minus 3 to the third, times h, which is 4x squared plus 4 to the 13th power. Now that hideous thing is the answer. Don't bother making it any cleaner. You're not going to make it any nicer than that. So it looks like we did a ton here, but all we did was just find the derivative of this first thing and the derivative of this second thing, and then wrote out the derivative of f using the product rule.